Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of our webinar series, Trengo Tips. And today is a special one because today we're going to talk about holiday seasons. So yeah, we're really exciting to have you all here. Like, if you're in the chat, we saw already some people responding. Please say hi. We're really curious where you're from. Yeah, where you're up to, and we would love to hear from you. But yeah, what do we say? Like, today we're going to talk about how to prepare your Trengo inbox for the holiday season. Christmas is coming up, so we're going to talk a lot about that, but also keep in mind, especially we talk about every season, right?
Yeah, kind of. Like, Easter has already been, but we've got tons of holiday season. So yes, we are in our festive mood. We don't have a Christmas tree, but we're talking about all holidays. So summer holidays, Easter, but well, because it's Christmas now.
I mean, especially the holiday season, right? Like, think about everybody's in a holiday rush. They want to buy some products. So think about, but also think about maybe if you're selling maybe a software solution like us, like maybe there are companies at the end of the year making plans for the new year, or maybe you're really quiet. You know, maybe you're gonna have some extra days off, but you want to make sure your customers are, they know what they're up to, and you want to make them feel heard, also when you're maybe not there. So yeah, we're going to give you a lot of tips. We're going to give you some presents today. We put it in a whole Christmas style. We're going to give you some tips about, okay, what do you need to do so you know what to expect from these holidays. We're going to help you set up your plan beforehand. What are the things you can think about or start doing. Also think about tone of voice. How would you like to approach your customers or partners during these Christmas times, holiday season? How can you keep overview if you are one of those companies that are having a really busy time during these days? How you can engage with your customer, maybe even more. And also how to inform your team. I mean, you're also with a team. I'm quite sure that everybody takes some extra holidays up. So yeah, how can you inform each other if you're available, yes or no? Yeah. So yeah, let's unpack, right?
Yeah, maybe good to introduce ourselves as well.
Yeah, for the people who are new. Yeah, go ahead. Like, introduce.
Yes, I'm Danique, and this is Onno.
And I'm Onno.
Yeah, we're working at the customer team, and we host these webinars every month. Every month there's a new theme, and this theme, well, of course, the holidays. So be sure to let us know if you've liked it. But also, if you have any questions, please do feel free to put them in the chat. We will cover them after the webinar. So we'll first explain everything. If you have questions, just pop them in there. Kirsten isn't here this time, but we will answer your questions, but after our webinar.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Oh, good. Let's go into it. So
yes. First one, know what to expect. Especially during Christmas, it can become quite hectic with people wanting to buy presents for everybody, and they want to have quick service, and they are asking a lot of companies at this time. And it is really helpful to know what you're getting yourself into, basically. And Trengo can help you out with that. So we have a part in Trengo called Analytics, where you can look back, and we have different reports. So you can look back into how many channels do we use, how much traffic was there on certain channels. And that can all help you out to basically get an overview on what happened last year and how can we prepare for this year. So I want to quickly go to Trengo. Yes, there we go. So if you go to your settings and, oh, sorry, not to settings, is you will see reports here, and you can click on that. And you see a few reports that we have. So for the first one, you would want to know which channels are most busy during these times. And you could actually simply just go to conversation report and you would see a dashboard. In this account, we do not have a lot of tickets, as you can see, but we're just gonna give you an example on how you could filter your data. So you see here, you could filter it on the last 7 days, but it would be more interesting perhaps to know for a full year, which you can be here. You could say, I want all data from last year, but you could also say, well, only from, well, the last 7 days or last week. So there's a tons of already formatted timeframes that you could use. But you could also say, I want it to be really specific. So I want to go back to, I don't know, May or April, and I only want this week. So in this week, I want to see all tickets that have come in, and this will give you back some data. Well, our account is empty, so it will not, but it will show you how many new tickets you had, how many you signed, and how many tickets you actually closed. You can start filtering on it as well. So you could say, I only want to know on WhatsApp how many tickets I got in, or I only want to know, for example, on the Christmas chat. And it will give you back certain data, and really want to kind of push you to look into this. So, because all this data can give you such a great overview on what you actually have done in the past and how you can use it now. So this is just for conversation, so how many tickets you get in, but it would also be interesting to look into resolution. So how quickly were tickets handled in a certain period? Because if you know your average, you can let the customer know that they can expect an answer from you within 2 days, or perhaps it's less, perhaps it's more. And it can help you with, well, your tone of voice to the customer, but also to work on your expectation management. So yeah, the customer is just aware of what they can expect from you. And another interesting one is the user report. Because with this, you can actually see how many tickets a certain agent picked up during a certain time frame. Because again, you can say last 7 days, you can say last year, you can go for a specific date. And this gives you an understanding on how many agents would you need to actually pick up tickets for you. So you can kind of like make your schedule according to, well, what you see, how you did it last year. So yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, that's fun. It's good to know where to focus on, so you don't miss out on any people. Yeah. But yeah, thanks. That's really really good one, and also
first
really
present.
Good one. First present there. It's also a really nice nice bridge from what I'm gonna talk, because it's of course it's really interesting to know what has been there, what channels are popular or maybe less popular, because it really enables you to make sure, okay, how I'm gonna plan my strategy, basically, you know, like how I'm gonna plan all this communication beforehand. And there are a lot of different things you can do, of course. I pointed out the two. And I think one really interesting one is, maybe if you don't have a live chat yet on our website, maybe consider one. Like at Trengo, you can add a website widget on your website, which include a website chat. And really think about this, like including this live chat, you know, really think about people are purchasing your products or they going through your website, and a live chat really enables you to give this extra layer of support, because customer know it's there. They know it's there, and they know they're gonna have an immediate response.
Yeah, it's just really quick.
It's just really quick. And think about maybe you have it yourself, like if you're buying maybe presents or you're going over some things at the end of the year, maybe you have some last on top of mind questions which you just want to have answered directly. You don't want to maybe send an email, maybe that barrier is too high. So yeah, like if you don't have a website chat yet, maybe consider having one for the Christmas period to test it out, and maybe if you like it, you can keep it, of course.
Yeah.
But that would be one tip. Another thing where this can also help with, like we talk about a lot of like products presence, but of course we also have a lot of other SaaS companies. We have a lot of other e-commerce businesses. Think about if your target group are businesses, you know, a lot of companies are at this period, they are gonna review maybe the tools they've used, maybe they have tested your product even, and they're gonna make plans for the new year. And how good would it be if you at this moment can provide an extra layer of support, which I think is good. And then the one which follows up in your story, Danique, is make a good plan of your omnichannel like strategy. Like if you used to work only with email and Facebook, maybe consider also the other channels. Like you can imagine that if your target group is maybe a certain type of group of people, maybe someone else is gonna go to your website because they're interested to buy for something for someone else.
My mom needs to buy me presents, and I think the shops that I visit, they normally target me, but for this period, they would need to target my mom because she's buying me presents. So perhaps my mom, I would personally just send a WhatsApp, but my mom is from another generation, so she would maybe call or send an email instead of using WhatsApp, which is kind of a new channel. Yeah. So consider opening up all your channels and seeing like, hey, my target group might not be the target group that's actually reaching out to me now, because, well, it's moms and dads and kids, and everybody's buying presents for everybody. So we're all not necessarily inside our targeted businesses anymore. So keep in mind that, you might have different customers reaching out to you that use different platforms or have a preference in a platform. So opening up to see if you can reach out.
Make yourself as available as possible, especially in these times. Like, I mean, internet usage has been growing, of course, but I think the last year it's growing maybe even more rapidly due to the current situation where we're in with the world, and people are more and more on the internet, but also social media has been growing like a lot. So make sure you're available for your customers at any chosen time. And another things you can set up, which are, of course, in Trengo, we have auto-replies, but also quick replies. You can imagine, you can already prepare for some, okay, what are the questions people asked maybe last year during this season? You know, maybe you have a lot of questions about ordering times, or if there's a delay, people are going to ask a lot of questions about that. Have some really good quick replies in place, so you can send out these answers straight away. Or even consider using a flow bot. So there are a lot of tips you can do to make sure you can prepare yourself. Another guide would be like, if you have we have some customers say, okay, we get a lot of traffic via a certain channel. How can I manage that the best? You can also auto-assign with rules. So you can also make sure to auto-assign certain tickets to maybe the right team. Maybe you have a team responsible for orders. So make sure they go to that team immediately.
Yeah. And I'm gonna talk on that as well.
And Nick is gonna tell a little bit more about that. So that's more on that. Just make a proper plan, know what to expect, and try to plan it beforehand. Don't do it in the
thinking outside the box as well, especially during these times.
Next one is a little add-on on that as well. Like, if you are making all these quick replies and preparing all your greetings or rules, maybe tweak a little bit with your tone of voice. Of course, it's Christmas, so of course with greetings in Trengo, you can send a personalized message with, for example, a Christmas deal or a certain discount code. Think about your images. I have here a wonderful Christmas hat. Try to make customers also feel engaged with you as they reach out to you during this period. I think it's a nice little touch if it suits your business.
And it gives also, like, I mean, it's a festive season, so using not only like emojis in your greetings, having a certain profile picture. I just saw one of our customers reaching out to us today, and he was wearing a Christmas hat. And I was like, that. that's quite funny, and it gives just a nice vibe. It's just an extra touch, and I mean, we also have the option to use Jiffies. So perhaps there's like nice just Christmas Jiffies that you can use. It's just like spark a joy.
Yeah. That's basically the point, and especially what you said of a customer, like, he uses it in his signature. So of course in Trengo you can also change your signature, put in some nice images, change the profile picture, make sure it's in there. I think it always gives some people like a smile on their face, and I think that's what we're all aiming
that's
for
what we
here.
all want, right?
So be creative with your tone of voice and see what you can do there.
So then the busy part. We all know that during Christmas it gets hectic. Lots of people are requesting and asking questions to you as a company, and we want to make sure that you still give like your utmost best and the highest support you can get or can give. So we have two things that you could look into. First one is rules, and I do want to go to Trengo for that. So basically, rules you can use to automatically set up workflows. It's one of my favorite topics, and we did a webinar about rules in like its all completeness. You can find those on YouTube and on our website as well. But for this one, we're just going to dive in quickly. So here you can see that I've made a rule which says customer waiting too long. And basically what we want to do is make sure that our team is aware that this customer is waiting longer than our SLA or like our server level agreement states, so that they either can pick up the ticket with urgency, or they know like, oh, we're maybe falling behind, we need to step up, or maybe ask someone else to help us out. And this rule can help you with that. So what we say is, with every inbound message that is created, so every customer reaching out to us, we set a few conditions, like the last message direction is inbound, which means that it's only when the customer reaches out to us that this rule will trigger. We say, well, in this example, the elapsed time is 2 days, and we only want this rule to trigger when the ticket is still open. So basically, this ticket has remained in the inbox without anybody touching it. So it's only a customer inbound message, 5 days have passed, and the ticket is still open. We will then attach a label, which will say SLA hit, meaning that, well, we are above our agreed time. And we also want to make sure that a notification is sent to a user. We would advise to this person, like, be a supervisor or anything, so that they get a notification on, like, hey, this rule has been triggered, a customer's waiting too long, so you can swiftly act on it. And that also brings me to the next one. So you can set up rules, you can play with it a bit. There's tons of things you can do. You can, of course, change the time. You can add new conditions that fit your situation better. But I think attaching the label and sending a notification is a really smart one, because you get, well, a trigger to see that you have some customers that are waiting too long. And that brings me to the next one. We all know our left menu, where you can see the inbox, you can see your personal inbox and all that. But we also have the option to use labels. And these actually create some sort of special inboxes, I would say, and can help you to structurize your team. So, for example, if a ticket would have SLA hit, I'm just going to quickly put it on here. Oh, that's not working. Well, we're just going to go for urgent then. So if a ticket has the label urgent on it, you can go here and filter only on this specific label. So what we do as well, we are working from these labels instead of working from new. And what you can do with that is you can basically divide your team. So one of the agents is going to work on only the urgent labels, then another agent is going to work on all the questions, and then another agent would work on all tickets that have the label discounts, or well, you can go a whole way with all these labels, but you can basically just work from here instead of working from new. So this gives your agents a better sense of, I am working on a specific task and they are not going to multitask, because we all know multitasking sounds really nice and efficient, but actually in reality it doesn't. So with this you can say, you're only going to focus on the urgent tickets, pick those up. I'm only going to focus on the discount tickets, and you can do that via the labels.
It really enables you as well to have, like, you have the similar questions on a daily basis if you are scheduled into a specific label on a day. So you can also, you get the same questions, so you can also prepare yourself. You get familiar with the quick replies, giving the same answers, which is really, works really efficient in some cases. Yeah. So I think it's a really good one. And
you can look into placing these labels automatically with rules, but you could also say there's one person in the new inbox, perhaps a supervisor, that is just going to label all the tickets that come in. So they are going to say, this is a shipment ticket, this is an urgent ticket, and just go from there.
Or even automated.
Or automated. Yeah, that's also a possibility, depending on how your situation is. So that's it.
Nice. Yeah, there's some good automation here. Let's see if we can bring us back to our slides. Yeah. And maybe ourselves. Hey, they are again. I removed that stuff so I can see Trengo. So great ways to get some overview during these times. And I'm not sure only this time. I think it's also a good tip for in general. Yeah. If you have some tips yourself, please share them in the chat as well. Or if you have some doubts, please let us know. But there are loads of ways you can generate some more overview. And then engaging with your customers at the right moment. This kind of touch a bit on the tone of voice as well, but it's also, how can you engage in this holiday season, in this particular times, a little bit extra with your customers, which also maybe enables you to, make customers more self-served, and also making sure that maybe the questions that you get quite often, maybe try to make sure that you don't get them in the first place. So a lot of different ways you can do that. So some examples that I have here, for example, are Help Center. In Trengo, you can create a Help Center, an external database for your customers to go to for questions and answers. But if you feel like, okay, this Christmas season, I'm gonna expect a lot of questions about shipping. I'm gonna expect maybe a lot of questions about the orders, returns, maybe a promo code. Maybe consider making a small Christmas Help Center, because what is really nice about the Help Center, whenever you have the website widget on your website, you can insert a widget automation to make sure this Help Center pops up. And you can also create a little greeting. So I'm just going to show you.
You could even say that when a customer is on a specific page on your website, that the website widget pops open and it will show the customer a part of your help center. So it would actually show the articles that they might be searching for based on the website page that they are on. So you can you can structurize it, and you can make sure that a customer doesn't need to click or search, because you can go a whole way with widget automations, especially with the help center ones.
Yeah, with the help center, well, like with the example that I have here, for example, this is just a regular greeting. You can say whatever greeting you want to give. And you can choose your audience, and here's where it gets quite interesting, because there are a lot of variables which you can use to make sure your greeting pops up at the right moment. And I think this is really important, especially in this season. Like I think you can imagine that if people going through their customer journey and they're maybe at the checkout page where they need to purchase your product, maybe this is the moment where people are gonna wonder, hey, is my package gonna be on time? Is this gonna be there before Christmas, or is there maybe somewhere else where I can get it cheaper? Maybe target on this right moment, right? Maybe see on this moment, hey, by the way, we're gonna offer you a discount code, or maybe encourage them like, hey, no worries, you're almost there with purchasing the product. We're gonna make sure it's gonna be there on time, and put in some data about the delivery date. But as you can see, there are a lot of different options that you can even do it with UTM source. UTM is something which is marketing is using quite often. So if you're running certain campaigns via Facebook or via other channels, you can make sure you target maybe specific people. So to give these specific people, got to come out of my words here, their discount. Be creative with that. I think that's a really nice one. And also be creative. The help center I wanted to show as well. Just touch on that a little bit. Because we also have for example, a help center. So if you want to not have a greeting, but you want to have a help center, you can say trigger a help center. You can also trigger a flowbot. But in this case, I want to select a help center. So you could select a widget. So for example, my Christmas widget. And you can say, okay, like I want to open a certain article. Like for example, if you are at the checkout page, okay, I want to get some more information about the delivery page. And in this moment, I can make sure, okay, the customer sees the right content at the right moment.
And again, you have the conditions as with all the greetings. So with all the widget automations, you can pinpoint them. So if you choose a greeting, it will just be a message saying like, hey, hello, and you can do a discount. You could also, the other one automation you can use is to set a flowbot, which would trigger the flowbot. And then you have the last one, which is the help center. But for all of these automations, you can pinpoint them down and be really specific. So I only want it on this page. I only want it with this campaign. So that goes for all of them. Yeah.
And also a good one is like if you want to touch on your target, you can also say, okay, I don't want to have it immediately, maybe after 5 or 10 seconds, or maybe even longer. And of course, you can already prepare this before the holiday even starts, because you can have a start date and an end date. So don't rush too much and do it at the end. Like you can already do it today for this maybe period of time where you want to offer this extra layer of support. Yeah. And then you can put it active. So I would say be creative with that. And this little image is like, for example, this is an example of a help center that pops up on your website. Yep. So yeah, like any other funny ways where you can engage a little bit more with your customers, I would say like take it, especially in these times if you expect more traffic, because it also gives
be
proactive. It also gives like people maybe a happy feeling, and maybe encourage them to also buy something there later on. You know, if there's another holiday or another birthday or another reason why they should go to your website. But try to engage with your customers as much as you can, and Trengo can help you with that.
Yeah, and this one is really important that also the team is aware that we are in Christmas times or in holiday times, and perhaps part of your team isn't there because they are on a holiday. How we use it ourselves at the moment is whenever you are on holiday, you change your profile name. And what we do, we change it and we put an emoji behind it. So for example, if I'm out of office and I am, I don't know, going to go shopping or anything like that, I will put a shopping bag behind my name. I am, for example, in January, I am going to go skiing. I will put a ski emoji behind my name.
Yeah,
so
like
that,
in this example.
Yeah, so you can see here in the example as well, like I'm skiing, not snowboarding. But you can see here that my name has the emoji in it. So if you are trying to team chat me, you would immediately see that I am not there. This also goes for tagging. So it's kind of like a nudge for people like, oh, I'm tagging somebody that has a holiday emoji behind their name. They are probably not there. And you can quickly go back to Trengo. Yeah. If you go to, oh, I can't see it. Yeah, great. So if you go to your profile settings, you could either say I am placing an emoji behind my first name or behind my last name. And how we do it, we just copy paste an emoji from somewhere else and we put it in here. So yeah, I would just put like, I'm not sure what you're going to do this holiday season.
And I'm going to go on holidays, okay. if it's possible.
Yeah, so perhaps just put a Christmas tree behind your name. So yeah, you can change that here if you just click on profile, click on your account, and then in overview, you can change this. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so in this case here you can see that Danique is on holiday at the moment. So this also, tells me, okay, this person's not there.
Yeah.
Of course, like in team chat, you can say when you're available or not available, but if you're with a big company and you're tagging each other back and forth quite a lot, it's nice to have this extra nudge to know that you're, that you know that someone is not there for this period of time. So try to inform each other. I don't think everybody is constantly looking at maybe the HR system where you maybe track all your holidays. But I think it's important for all of us to also have some time off, right? Yeah. Like to enjoy our holidays.
Which brings us to the last one, because we do really want everybody to enjoy their holiday. So perhaps think about setting your notifications off when you're actually going on holiday. You can do that via your profile settings and just say, I want all my notifications to be turned off. That only goes for your account, so you will not have any notifications pop up. But also, if you're back, do put them on again, because you will get all the notifications again. Yeah,
and also like also on that point, like if you are one of these companies that is maybe really quiet during this season, you can also decide, okay, like I'm gonna turn off my notification, but if someone is maybe calling this specific number, I want it to be forwarded to my mobile phone. So also think about other ways to make sure you do get notified in maybe urgent cases, but that you don't get notified with all the message, and you have set up maybe really nice quick reply, or really nice auto replies telling your customers that you're out of the office. But if there's something really urgent, they can always reach out to you to a certain number or a certain email channel. And if they email or call this particular contact, you can make sure, okay, forward it to my number.
Yeah. I think that kind of concludes our webinar this time.
Yeah.
And we do really want to wish you Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas
Happy New
already.
Year, and all the holidays that are coming up.
Yeah. I know we're Helene, like you said you have to leave, but we're almost like we're at the end of our of this webinar.
Yeah.
So if there are no further questions, this will be recorded indeed. So we're gonna put this on our YouTube channel and also on our website under resources. So if you want to watch back any of our other webinars, feel free to go there. We have a lot of content, and we're gonna keep making this content.
So I guess it's see you next year.
Yes, see you next year. It's that time when we're gonna say that now. Like see you next year, and we wish you a great holiday.
Yeah.
All right, see you. Bye bye.